Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to the fourth podcast covering the rules of Noon Sakinah and Tanween. This series of podcasts are looking at the Noon Sakinah, which looks a bit like this. A Noon, letter Noon with nothing on it. So it's got a sukoon, so it's not Fatha, not Kasra, or Dhamma. Or the Tanween, an, in, and un. Whenever we see this, we have to, these two, so whenever we see this, or we're reading and we see this, or we're reading and we see this, or we're reading and we see this, we have to apply one of these four rules. So let's get rid of this one, because one of these four rules, either idhar, idgham, iqlab, and ikhfaa. In this podcast, we're going to cover the last of these four, the ikhfaa. The relevant page of your textbook is page 23, and it's from here onwards. Ikhfaa is a word which means to hide. It means to hide. We'll come on to what you actually do when you read the Quran in order to apply this rule. But first of all, this rule is applied when you have a Noon Sakinah or a Tanween, and after these, immediately coming after these, is one of these letters. Okay, one of these letters, and they are 15. The easy way to remember these letters is to think about it in the following way. We know the letters of Idhar, they are 6. Okay. To remind yourself, go to the Idhar podcast. Those letters are the Hamza, the Ha, the Ain, the Ghain, the Ha, and the Kha. Okay? So Idhar is one of these 6 letters. The Idgham letters are the Yarmaloon letters. So Ya, Ra, Mim, Lam, Yarmaloon, Waw, and Noon. So whenever you see Noon Sakinah and one of these 6 letters, it means that you have to apply the Idgham. Iqlab is where you have a Noon Sakinah and after it is the letter Noon Sakinah or Tanween, and after it is the letter Ba. Okay, so whenever you see Noon Sakinah or Tanween, after it is the letter Ba, you apply the Iqlab. Ikhfaa, the last one, the one we're doing today, is basically every other letter in the Arabic alphabet. Okay? Every other letter. And those will be, if you listed them, they would be these. So, for example, if you had a Noon Sakinah, and after it was the letter Sin here, then you apply the Ikhfaa rule there. Okay? So, we must remember it. That's one way you can remember it. The textbook that you have in front of you gives you a poem which you may or may not find useful to remind you. And the poem that it gives you is here. But I wouldn't recommend learning that because it's probably quite a long thing. So just remember every other letter that exists besides that is not found in the rules of Idhar, Idgham, or Iqlab. Okay? So, just to quickly recap, Noon Sakinah or Tanween, followed by any one of these letters here, you must apply Ikhfaa. So, what is Ikhfaa? Well, think about what we've said so far. The Noon Sakinah or the Tanween, they both contain an N sound, don't they? So, Min is a word, and there's an N sound there, N sound. Similarly, if you think about the word Walad, then then this Tanween here has an N sound. Wa, if we write it in English, wa, la, dan. Waladan. So this N sound is there. So, if we think about all the rules we've talked about so far, or more specifically, if you think about Izhar, Izhar is basically where you say the N sound clearly. And on the other end, the other opposite of that is idgham. Idgham, where the N sound goes. So the N sound goes. It's not said. Okay? Ikhfaa is halfway between them, so we can put Ikhfaa here. Ikhfaa. So Ikhfaa. So it doesn't completely go like it would do in idgham, and it's not completely said normally like it would be in Izhar. It's halfway between. And that's what we mean by trying to hide it. You try and hide it, the N sound. Okay? Let's look at some examples. So, for example, let's look at here. This is the next page, page 24 in your textbook. Let's write this out. Man thaqulat. Thaqu. And then the qaf there. Thaqu. Thaqulat. So if you see what's happening in front of you, if you look here, this is a nun sakinah, and after it is the letter fa. If you go back, fa was one of our letters of ikhfa here. So we need to apply ikhfa here. That's ikhfa. Which basically means you try and hide. So the way we say this is man thaqulat. Man thaqulat. It's halfway between izhar, where we show it. So if I was to show this N sound here, it would be man thaqulat mawazinuh. فَأَمَّا مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ. And if I was to hide it, it would be فَأَمَّا مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ. مَثَّقُلَتْ. So you basically do halfway between those. مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ. Let's look at another example here. مِنْ شَرِّ. Instead of saying mish sharri or min sharri, it's halfway. Min sharri. And what happens is that when you're reading and you're applying the ikhfa, your tongue at this point here, your tongue, whilst you're kind of here on the noon, is almost in preparing to say the tha. Man tha. So your tongue is in the right place to say the next letter, but it's not quite saying it. So, for example, in this one here, this example, you say, this example there, min sharri ma khalaq. Min sharri, your tongue is almost in the right place to say the sheen. Let's look at another one. This one here. فيها كتب قيمة. The N sound has almost gone. فيها كتب قيمة. There. We'll do one more. Let's have a look. So here, let's do this one. Ikhfaa, Tanween is there, and then the next letter is Dal. So if you quickly remind you, Dal is this letter here. So كلا إذا دكت الأرض دكا 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 دكا. It's almost gone. Not completely gone without you. Dakka, dakka. It's even hard to say. Dakkak, dakka. Yeah? Or it's not dakkan, dakka. The N is hiding. It's hiding there somewhere. And then when you do that, you must apply the ikhfa, you must add a ghunna. So you must pause for a second on here and make the sound come from your nose. Dakka, dakka. Instead of dakka, dakka, you must pause ever so slightly. That's what we mean by ikhfa, and then you apply a ghunna to it. One final one here. So the noon sakinah followed by a sad. The sad is this letter here. So الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون. عن صلاتهم. So the عن instead of عن صلاتهم or عن صلاتهم, it's halfway between those two. عن صلاتهم ساهون. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.